in Miami and Hard Rock Stadium, site of this year's Capital One Orange Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. Hi, folks, and welcome to this highly competitive matchup. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. Buckeyes will kick this away to get us going here. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone and they'll begin the drive at the 25. So the LSU Tigers offense will get the first swing today. They will go up against a secondary, Kirk, that talks about the no-fly zone. These guys are confident in their ability to just lock down wide receivers and take away the opponent's passing game.
Seems like every year in college football, there's secondaries around the...
First play taken, a deep shot. Oh, that one's picked off. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up his offense.
For the first play of the game, the defense comes up with a turnover. Good job of mixing up their coverages, showing one look, going to another. I think they confused the quarterback. He puts it right into coverage, and they're able to capitalize.
So the ball changes hands, and the offense finds itself backed up inside their own 10. Keeping it on the ground here. And he will be stuffed for no gain. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? To throw, it's Sayin. The sure hands, it's Smith. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents. He's in the clear. And the junior with some excellent work after making the catch.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Smith. And completion makes it 2nd and short.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
He stopped just short of that 1st down marker, inches away from it. And they keep this drive going, trying to convert on 3rd down now. They try to sneak it for the 1st.
Good call here by the offensive coordinator. Go with quarterback sneak here on 3rd and inches, and he's going to get the 1st down. It's a great time to catch the defense off guard. Get up to the line of scrimmage quickly, get the lineman down, quarterback under the center, quick snap, and get the yardage you need for the 1st down.
He was brought down after a short gain. Does not make the 1st down yardage. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Catch made on the out route. Moves the ball to the 28. It'll be 1st down. The Buckeyes with 1st and 10 here. Scanning the field. It's Sayin. Tries the right with a quick throw. Oh, he makes the catch. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Buckeyes looking to punch it in here. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're still 2 yards from the end zone. Nothing on that play makes it second down and goal from the 2. Trying to find the end zone off the right side. Tried to bounce it, but couldn't get the corner. They'll stop him for a loss. After a long drive, it's a crucial 4-point play. Can they score a touchdown or have to settle for 3? Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Boy, the timing between the quarterback and the receiver on this post pattern, a thing of beauty. Great throw by the quarterback coming off that back foot, and the receiver could not have run a better route.
They'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Bringing it out, it's Brown. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. First down, looking to throw the football. Grab behind the line. It's Durham. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. That completion makes it second and medium. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Not easy to bring down. The quarterback finally gets the job done. Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. He's got it in the open. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. Here's a 1st and 10 play. On the ground, it's Durham. He's found some room at the 45. Tackle made after a big play all the way to the 41.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Looking deep down the left side. This one is broken up and falls incomplete. They misfire in first down, so it's 2nd and 10 from the 41. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Brown. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
Chris, is it possible to be DBU and wide receiver U at the same time? I think the LSU fans think it's possible. They always seem to have great defensive backs, and they always have pass catchers that just show up and show out week after week, year after year.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. He'll lose a few yardage. That's going to be the final play of the first. Well, Ohio State has the lead here, Kirk. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. There's the handoff. And the freshman brings him down quickly. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. It's Nussmeier. Defense is coming after him. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain. So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards in. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession. Right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They lose 3 in that play, so now it's 2nd down and 13. Important play coming up. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. That'll pick up a first down. They'll spot it at the 38.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s. And, of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
Here's the 2nd down play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Looking for his big tight end. Makes the catch downfield. They make the stop after a big gain all the way to the 34.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Buckeyes keep the football on the move. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Finds his man. It's Peoples.
Boy, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
They stop him, but it's a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. And he steps out, but that's the takeaway this defense was looking for.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points. At the very least, a field goal. They've got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Pass complete. It's 2nd down now. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Durham. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. And here's the handoff. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Let's see if the offense can take the lead before the break. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Tries the right with a quick throw. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. He'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, we're just here in this first half, and this defense is all over it. That's their 2nd interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Delivers quickly to the left side. Wide open downfield. They bring him down to the 16, but they move the football into the red zone. First down. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. Tackle is made, just a short gain after the completion. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking for his back. Touchdown, Ohio State. This quarterback on fire today.
I'll tell you what, in this first half, this quarterback seems to be making all the right reads and showing the accuracy that he's shown all year long. Outstanding pass, great conversion. They put 6 more on the board.
up to try the extra point. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. To the air. It's Nussmeier. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot. Second down, we're going to throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Anderson. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. First down, we're going to throw the ball. Grab down the middle. It's Durham. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their third and final of the half. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain. That completion makes it second and medium. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Caught over the middle. It's sharp. Tackle is made. There's a short gain, well short of the marker. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Wide open downfield. They finally stop him. It's a huge gain down to the 23.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Looks like the final play of the half coming up. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And it's incomplete with just 1 second remaining on the clock. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with a halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Springfield. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to watch this one unfold. Back to our guys in the booth.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. The passing game very hard to stop in the first half. Let's see if they can begin to feature the run game here. Oh, what a grab! They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Boy, another great throw and catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known of 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardale Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Field. Just another great quarterback that we're watching here today for the Buckeyes.
Back's got it again. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss on the play. So now it's third and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough fourth down decision? He cannot escape. It's a sack.
I thought the strong safety did a really good job of disguising the blitz, waiting to the last possible moment, and then at the snap of the ball, catching the offensive line off guard. Nobody saw him. He gets home free and comes up with a sack.
Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. fielded at the 25. And he's brought down immediately. No fair catch there, but that might have been the smarter play. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Quick throw, caught over the middle. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. A quick throw out left, complete. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Offense getting set. Second down play here. You snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. On the run here. Lets it go. Grab down the middle. It's Brown. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. From the shotgun, drops back. Makes the grab. It's Durham. Tackle is finally made, but the gain is all the way to the 24.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch. Gets the first down in the process.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. Looking to chuck it again. He throws it in. It's Anderson.
Well, defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
In the red area, it's Durham. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain. Here comes the up-tempo offense. Looking to throw. It's Nussmeier. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down. The offense still on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it. 4th down. Looking to throw for it. He's got it right near the end zone. And he scores! Touchdown, LSU!
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Coach deciding to go for the 2-point conversion to tie the score right here. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Grab behind the line. It's Durham. And he's not going to get there. They come up empty and miss a chance to tie the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. Looking for some space. It's Peoples. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain. Gain brings the ball to the 37. Another first down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Using his legs on the scramble. Gets into space at the 50. Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. Caught quickly. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now. To throw, it's Sayin. Finds an open target on the left side. Tackle right after the catch, but the offense is now in the red zone. Movement here from the tight end. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Headed for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Took some extra time in the weight room paying off on that play.
What a job shedding tackles, crossing that goal line. And if you're this defense, you've got to focus a bit more on the fundamentals and wrapping up, because poor tackling teams get exposed by running backs like this.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And the returner brought down by that coverage team. This should be the last play of the quarter coming up. They'll run it from the gun. Defense able to bring him down to wrap up the third quarter of play. Well, Kurt, Ohio State has the lead here after one. We've reached the end of the third. Time is running out to cut into this lead. Let's check out the game stats before we go on. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And it'll be Smothers right at the line for no gain. Offense facing a third and short from the 41, and they make the first down and avoid a tricky fourth down decision. Try to convert with a sweep. And he is denied on third and one. Great defense. So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on fourth down. Trying to find room. It's Durham. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. It's a short completion to the big tight end. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. First down here for this offense. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Stopped right there at the line with no gain. Second down play coming up. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Lets it go quickly. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. They bring him down short of the end zone, but this will set up a first and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Defense expecting run. They'll stop him short of the goal line. Second down and goal. Looking to score. They'll run it to the left side. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Back-to-back losses sets up a third and goal here. Out of the gun now on third down. Launching one to the end zone. And it's intercepted with a desperation throw here. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Last time they gambled and lost. Went for it in fourth down in their territory and got stopped.
That's a really good run by this offense. And Chris, here they go. Up-tempo offense looking for a first down.
Breaks free. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks. First and 10 play coming up.
All right, here comes that up-tempo look from the offense. Sometimes it's just getting that first down that will kick them into that gear.
Graham down the middle. It's Anderson. They get him down, but a big play moves it to the 45. LSU getting set with a first and 10 now.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
They make the tackle, but not for a solid gain. Back to pass. It's Nussmeier. Close to the tight end. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. They finally make the tackle, but he gets all the way to the 14.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Final 2 minutes as this offense desperate to get some points here quickly and try to stage a big comeback. LSU is now operating in the red zone. Looking to throw it on first down. Catch made, looking for the goal line. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now. They look to throw it here on second down. Bringing pressure. Just gets the pass away, but took a shot that time. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU.
Well, hold on now, Chris. We're under 2 minutes to go. These guys will not go away. They hit this extra point. You cover an onside kick. You never know.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. PAT up and good. We get a little bit closer. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Here's the first play of the drive now. Set up at the 24. Working clock with the ground game. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Takes the handoff again. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker. Inches away. Timeout is called here to stop the clock on this crucial possession. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Did not get there, and now it's going to bring up 4th down and 1. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. We'll see what he can do with the return. And he's going to get run out of bounds after a small pickup on the return. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Pulls it in. It's Sharp. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. On first down, it's play action. Makes the grab. It's Sharp. And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. And that pass is way off the mark. Not sure who he meant to throw that ball to. Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. Here we are late in a one-score game. They're going to go for it on 4th down. This could be the game here. That's caught. It's Anderson. Tackle made after a big play all the way to the 27. 4th down conversion gives them a fresh set of downs, but time is running out. They get to the line quickly. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Can't get it away. The defense has got him with a huge stop on the stage of the game.
Well, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands, but the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. And it's incomplete. They come up empty there as time expires. everybody to beautiful Miami and Hard Rock Stadium, site of this year's Capital One Orange Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. Hi, folks, and welcome to this highly competitive matchup, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, LSU Tigers, taking on the 11th-ranked team, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Herbstreit. Let's get this thing underway. Kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fields it just outside the goal line. Excellent work by the coverage team. He's brought down after just a short return. The Longhorns offense comes onto the field for the first time today. Kirk, let's check the impact players in this game. Guys who have been leaders, guys who are being counted on to deliver today.
Well, these are the guys that both these teams rely on, as you said, to be able to make the plays. And more importantly, when it gets into that point in the game where you need to be able to have some leadership, these are the men that are going to have to step up and be able to provide that for each team.
Second down after that previous play. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time. Scanning the field, it's Manning. Receiver makes the catch. Completion gains about 6 yards, but now it's a fourth down call. Longhorns will line up to kick it away. And the offense forced to punt for the first time tonight. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. So LSU's offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. And Kirk, this is going to be fun. One of the best edge matchups we're going to see all season long. Elite wide receiver, elite corner, both competitive guys ready to go at each other.
And you know this corner, we had a chance to visit with him this week. He wants to be on an island against one of the best receivers in the country. And he's going to get that chance today to have a chance to showcase that he, in fact, is the top corner in college football.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on third and long. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Now on third and very long, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now. And here comes the punter onto the field. The fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line. Now it's second down here. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Catch made in space. Look out. He's brought down, but an explosive play through the air. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. Dropping back, it's Manning. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore.
I love the call here by the offensive coordinator, getting this wide receiver involved early in the game. Obviously a long way to go, but you want this receiver to make a big impact today and get his confidence established early.
Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Longhorns will try to keep this drive moving. Quarterback keeps the football. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Been a really productive drive, but the loss there now makes it 2nd and 12. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to go. A 2-yard loss. Looking to throw it on third and very long. He makes They bring him down, but the game sets up the offense first and goal from the 10. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It's a second and goal play for the offense. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Makes the grab on the move. Tackle at the 2 after the completion. The defense really up against it now. Set up now at the 2-yard line. Can they score here on a third down play? Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. Looks like the coach decides to go for 3 points here. Here comes the field goal team. And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. Looking to throw. It's Nussmeier. Short pass finds the tight end. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
That's a good job here, staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on first down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time. The big tight end. That'll bring up a second and manageable here for this offense.
And completion makes it second and short. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. Big guys up front, lined up. It's first down. And the quarterback dropping back. He's running out of time here. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. After the incompletion, second down now from the 35. Grab behind the line. It's Anderson. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Motion by the back, defense better adjust. And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Pre-snap motion from the offense. And looking to throw now on first down. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. He make the tackle, but not before he gets all the way to the 30. So Texas has the lead, Kirk, as we break here for the quarter. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Zero running stop right at the line of scrimmage. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Pass complete on a crosser. Finally stopped at the 4. Great catch and run.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. We kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
First and goal for the offense. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. Touchdown, Tigers. They connect for 6.
That's taking advantage of a matchup there, Chris, by the quarterback finding his receiver. He puts the ball up in the air where he can make a play on it. They come up with that touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now to the PAT. PAT makes the score 7-3. kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return starts from inside 5. And the coverage team able to bring him down. The Longhorns offense takes the field. Kept out of the end zone last time. Had to settle for a short field goal. Can they improve upon that here? Solid run. Moves the ball out across the 20 to the 21. Important second down play coming up. And the single back takes the handoff. Oh, what a move. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Ball handed off. Nowhere to run on that play. They got him in the backfield. That's a loss of a yard. Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Quick throw complete to the tight end. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. The Longhorns pick up enough for a first down here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Caught! He's wide open. Look out! They make the stop, but a big play moves the ball to the red zone.
Man, this defense has got to do a better job. It's one thing to give up a completion, but all those yards after the completion are what can really hurt you as a defense.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw it from the red zone. The receiver grabs it. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now on this drive. They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. The gain moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal. Longhorns line up with a 1st and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
That's a big sack by this defense here on 1st down. Now, the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a 1st and goal situation.
After a disastrous first down play, they're backed up on 2nd and goal. Looking for his big tight end. Touchdown, Longhorns, as they put 6 more on the board. Can you say methodical? A marathon march, Cook, just pounding away and wearing down that defense.
They just kept moving the sticks and moving the sticks until they got into the red zone, and they just kept moving the sticks until they got into the end zone. What a drive.
Well, they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the PAT puts them up 3. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He'll return it from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Play action here on first down. Quick throw over the middle. And it's caught off the deflection. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's 2nd and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here. Back to pass. It's Nussmeier. Nowhere to go. The ball not loose. The offense able to fall on it and avoid the turnover. Got lucky that time. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down. Offense operating at high tempo now, no huddle. First down, looking to throw the football. Looking for a man deep down the left side. And it's hauled in way downfield. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run. The defense will spend their 2nd timeout here to make some adjustments. got it near the end zone. And he's down at the 3-yard line. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Jet sweep, receiver trying to find some room. They stop him again. Back-to-back plays go nowhere here on the goal line. No gain on second down. Can they punch it in here? Third and goal from the 2. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Timeout is called to duck strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. They'll set up at the right hash mark for this chip shot. And it's good, right down the middle. And that will tie the score as halftime approaches.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day.
And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Looks like they got the ruling on the field right the first time. They confirm it with the review. Looking to pass. It's Manning. The receiver makes the catch. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Looks to the left. Pass caught. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a 1st down. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. And he's brought down to the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They're looking for some points to jump on top here as we get the 3rd quarter going. Finds room at the 30. That's good for 1st down yardage. They'll spot it at the 37. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back. Just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right. And then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a 1st down.
With the catch, it's Anderson. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. It's a quarterback keeper. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new 1st down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Taking a deep shot here to the right. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. They finally stop him. It's a huge gain down to the 23.
Well, how about that? Another LSU wide receiver makes a big-time catch for the Tigers offense. Oh, just a couple names to throw out. How about OBJ? How about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, who right now arguably two of the top receivers in the NFL, all from LSU.
Oh, the pass rush gets home.
There we go. The defense is able to finally get some pressure on this guy. That's one way to slow him down. He has had one heck of a drive, but this time, give the defense some credit for getting after him.
And sack sets up a 2nd down and long. Receiver in motion now. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. He pulls in the catch. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Now on third and very long, looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Brown. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a first and goal now. The offense sets up in scoring position with a new set of downs. Makes the catch. Can he get in? Touchdown, LSU. And they jump on top here in the second half. But they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. And after the extra point, it's a 17-10 lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return. And the return man brought down. That's decent yardage on that return. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Pass caught. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now. One play moves the ball to the 44. It'll be first down. Handoff here from the shotgun. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Bootleg looking to throw. And he finds his tight end for the catch.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and if you go play action, it affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Makes the catch downfield. They convert on third down and move the football to the 25.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
The back's got it. First down, looking for more now. They get him on the ground finally, but it'll be first down from the 14. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. To throw, it's Manning. He flips it to the back across the middle. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around. Quarterback in the shotgun here on third down. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Chris, it feels like to me the offense is being really cautious. The defenders are just sitting back there almost playing backyard football, knowing the offense is being a little bit more conservative. Eyes on the football, stepped in front of it, and makes the pick.
Here's the first play of the drive now from that 20-yard line. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run, you can go to play action, or really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up fourth down. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. It's LSU on top as we take a break for the quarter. We've reached the end of 3. Time is running out to cut into the lead. Let's take a look at the game sets before we move on. set now for the fourth quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Scanning the field. It's Manning. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. Tackle made at the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. First and 10 now for the offense. And he drops back in the gun. Looks to the left for a quick throw. What a catch! Tackle made after a big gain. This could be a dramatic finish, marching toward a tying touchdown. It's first and 10. And that pass is incomplete. Unclear who the intended receiver was that time. So second down after the incompletion. Looking to throw again. Fires it to the wideout. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. He's hit as he throws it. And the pass is incomplete. That's 3 in a row. His passing game out of sync. So on fourth down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. And he's got it. No problem.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50+.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Now coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. There's a screen pass to the running back. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield. They're behind the sticks on second and long here from the 12. He'll hand it off. And the runner brought down after just a short gain. Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Checks this down to the running back.
Quarterback had a lot of time to evaluate this defense, and most of his reads downfield appeared to be taken away, so he checks it down to his running back. But how about the way this defense just runs to the football to keep him short of that first down? Great job by the D.
Here comes the offense looking to start the drive. And now the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Running play goes backwards, makes it second down and 12 now. Looking to pass here on second down. He's got it with room to run. They bring him down, but it's a big gainer to the 47. The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. Now they run a draw play. It's a 2-yard gain. Second and 8 coming up. Short connection to the tight end here. And they wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker. Can he get there on the ground? They make the stop at the 26, but it's a first down. This offense in good scoring position now. Longhorns pick up enough for a first down. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They bring it down to the 13. This offense really threatening now to score. It'll be first down. 6th play of the drive coming up. Here's the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And there's the handoff. Touchdown, Texas. They jump on top now here in the 4th.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the 4th quarter, to give them the lead.
Now the try for the point after to make it a 3-point game. Kick is up and good. They go up by 3 here in the fourth quarter. Can they hang on? Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The final 2 minutes here. This defense trying to hang on. The offense trying to make a play to win it. Dropping back. It's Nussmeier. He's got it in the open. They moves the ball to about the 45. That's good for a first down.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
One play moves the ball to the 45. It'll be first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. Touchdown, LSU. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, man, I think the defense was so caught up with their eyes on the quarterback, they completely lose the running back out of the backfield. Nice job by the play caller here of getting the ball out to the running back instead of the receiver for the touchdown.
Now they'll try to tack on the PAT late in this close game. PAT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. They got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Returner decides to field it. Goes out of bounds at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. First down, looking to throw the ball. It's a short completion to the tight end. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. Tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here when they desperately need it? Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Nice grab. It's Moore. He's brought down after a short gain that's not going to be first down yardage. Looking to throw yet again. Lets it fly to the wideout. Oh, he makes the catch. And the coach quickly calls timeout after the play, trying to hold on to as much time as possible. The Longhorns will have first and 10 here. Dropping back, it's Manning. Quick completion to the tight end. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Quick pass to the flat to a receiver. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. The tackle is made, but the offense is now set up with a first and goal from the 8. And a timeout on the field. Talk some strategy, a crucial moment here. First and goal, handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. But crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. And the offense wisely spikes the ball here to stop the clock. And the offense facing a third and goal from a long way away. Out of the gun now on third down. Looking for 6. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line. So trailing in the final quarter of a close game, they're going to go for it on fourth and goal. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Touchdown, Longhorns. They take the lead in the final minute.
Here we comeback by this team and this offense. Now it comes down to can their defense hold the lead with under a minute to go.
Now an important PAT to stretch the lead to a field goal. And the kick is good. A 3-point game now in the fourth quarter. It's all up to the defense. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Bringing it out, it's Brown. And the returner will be brought down. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin from their own 11. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Makes a quick grab. Tackle made, but he gets the ball out across the 20-yard line. Good game. The offense will spend a timeout here with 20 seconds on the clock. On 1st and 10, look at the throw. Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. And the offense calls timeout with 17 seconds left. They'll get set, needing to score quickly now, looking for some big plays right here. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Grab down the middle. It's Sharp. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chuck play. And the offense takes timeout to stop the clock with just 11 seconds remaining. Looking to throw it on 1st down. The sure hands. It's Brown. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. High completion makes it 2nd and medium. He's looking to throw. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. Oh, and he can't quite come up with it. That would have been huge. Brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw here. Quick throw to his receiver. The tight end makes the catch downfield. The tackle is made, the clock runs out, and that will do it.